Hey everyone, it's Ivan from KitBadger.com, here to bring you a first look at all kinds of new goodies that I have in here. As you might surmise, it might have something to do with fire, because I just processed a bunch of wood that I found up here. So what do I have? Well, usually when I go backpacking, I bring my MSR Whisperlight International. Thing's awesome. Usually just burn gasoline in it. Had that thing since I was a teenager. But deciding to branch out, I ended up taking another stove up here, which, as you might imagine, requires some wood. That one being this by Uberleben. I think that's how you pronounce it. But I got this guy right here. It is basically a stainless steel stove. Folds or comes apart, lays flat, right here in this canvas case. Set that up in a minute. Also, can you tell this is brand new? I have this guy. Again, usually use my MSR Alpine cook pot, whatever it is. Had since I was a teenager, stainless steel, but I ended up picking up this guy by Stanley. So you can tell, obviously I haven't used it. It actually comes with 2 nesting cups. I took those out because they're kind of heavy and I didn't want to bring them up here. So instead, brought this sweet guy by Wiseman Company. You guys are awesome. Thank you for this cup. And also, well, yes, I do have a lighter. Also from Uberleben. I'm pretty sure I'm getting that right or wrong. But I have this guy, which is their Hexa 6-inch Fire Starter for throwing sparks. So I'm gonna give all this stuff a go. Hopefully I can get it with this. Otherwise, I did bring my lighter, and I also have a little bit of fat wood, so that should help things along. I've set this up. I've never actually used it, and I've actually never used any of these stoves like this. A buddy of mine, Matt from Jerking the Trigger, he kind of introduced me to this company. He's like, hey, these guys live up north of us, up in Bonners Ferry. And I actually used one of these type of stoves with him one time. And we made some pine needle tea. So I have put this together once because I was like, man, how's this thing go together? And the one time I put it together, it seems like basically want to put these 3 sides together. At least this is the way I did it. The 3 sides without the hole. And then throw this bottom guy in here. And then kind of finesse the 4th last side on here. Boom. Oh. All right, now boom. And then you have these 2 little cross members which go across the top, so you can actually put whatever on top and have it support it. Kind of torn. Do I put these on now and then deal with trying to get this thing lit? Why not? Maybe a cautionary tale, we'll find out in a minute. All right, cool. There we go. So now that I have this guy set up, I have a piece of bark right here so that this thing won't just get hot and sink probably like 5 or 6 feet right here. So I'm gonna go ahead, get a bunch of tinder in here, try and get some sparks going and see what we get. Not really sure if you're supposed to feed stuff in from the bottom as well as the top, but I'm doing both. Let's see what I get now. If I haven't used this ferro rod, I have used ferro rods in the past. And we'll see what this guy does. Alright. I will say this is pretty large, which is awesome. Let's go. Might have it. Bam. Thanks, Prometheus. I'm actually really pumped to get in this thing going, especially because, man, it's getting warm. Especially because I did not bring another stove. And while I do still have about 1 liter of water left, not really enough to last me through the rest of today, and then ultimately tomorrow back down the mountain. So, score, I can actually make drinkable water out of all this frozen water around me. I'm pretty sure this is really good to breathe right here, but whatever. Or not, whatever. I guess we'll pack that out. All right, this thing's burning really good, and it's really hot. Might want to move that a little bit. I'm going to let this burn down a little more, and in the interim, fill this up with some clean snow, make some water. I feel like I probably should have taken an awesome picture of this when it was clean, cleaner than it will ever be again, but I didn't. Time to make water. So far, I've got to say I'm pretty stoked on this thing. Granted, it's not like instant fire like my MSR Whisperlight, but it's also a lot lighter and can pretty much use it forever without purchasing fuel. Do not want to knock this over. Just a matter of tending the fire and getting more snow for it. I'm not sure how this is going to end up. Probably should have found some like wet wood to put underneath it. It's definitely burning the bark at the bottom, but oh well, committed. Let's see how this ends up. Sheesh. It's got a dangerous lean going on. Whatever. Let's see how long that lasts. This thing continues to kind of dangerously lean on me. Again, on top of snow, probably not the best thing, but whatever. In hindsight, I should go find a giant rock somewhere, because there are places where the snow's actually melted away. But in the interim, I'm going to press on, even if this isn't a good idea, because it's definitely working. All right. This pretty much full. So I know I have stuff. Hopefully the little particulates I have in here will not end up clogging this, whoa, damn, end up clogging this guy up, but we'll see. One down. Probably like 2 or 3 to go. Well, maybe 2, and then 1 more for some food. Definitely not ideal, but it'll hopefully at least last long enough for me to finish boiling water rather than tipping. Oh, terrible idea. Nope. Whatever. Continue on. I will say, so far so good. Biggest thing being user error. I need to go out of my way to find something better, or just find somewhere better to actually set this thing up. That piece of bark did not last very long, but whatever, it's working. Working on my second cup full of water. Gonna get this Camelback or hydration bladder filled back up. MSR dromedary bag, I think it is. Either way, gonna get this thing filled up with water. Gonna make myself a little food that requires hot water and go from there. But looking forward to spending time with all this stuff on future adventures. And as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time. Now that I've been using this stuff a number of times, a little discovery learning, come to find out these little teeth, because of course I didn't read any instructions, not that there were any, but these little teeth you basically use to scrape the ferro rod, the ferrocerium, I think it's pronounced. Basically scrape it into your little bird's nest, and then you can use the flat to actually throw spark. Learning is fun.